Hello there everyone, and welcome to In the Woodland layering guide video. So to start with, I am going to take the two large images from the stamp set, and I'm just going to be stamping the outlines of these onto a piece of white cardstock using some of the obsidian black from Altenew. I'm then going to take the first stencil from the stencil set, and I'm going to pop that into place onto the largest of the beautiful images that we have here. And first up, I am going to go in with my lightest colour of ink. So this is going to be for the petals, and for this one I am going to be using the pink diamond. I then have a couple of leaves on the side here onto the right, and for these ones I am going to be using the firefly ink. I am using a small blending tool for this, and I do find that this works really well. I'm then going to take the second stencil, and again I'm just popping this into place onto that large image. Now this is going to add the second layer of these little petals that we have here. For this one I am going to be using the Pinkalicious. This is a slightly darker ink than the pink diamond, and I'm just going to add this onto these petals through the stencil. So once I have done that, I can then remove that stencil, and I'm just going to shift that down a little bit so I can add in the little flower centers. So I'm just adding a little bit of tape just to keep this in place. For the flower centers, these ones that we have here, I am going to be using the Sun Ray ink. So this is a really soft yellow color. Once I've done that, I'm just going to shift that up a little bit, and then we have this large flower center just for this large flower at the bottom. And for this one, I'm going to be using the chamomile ink to add that one in. I'm then going to move over to the third stencil in the set and pop that onto the remaining little petals that we have here. For this one, I'm going to be using the Rubellite ink, and I'm just going to push that through the stencil using a small blending tool again. Once that's done, I'm just going to shift that stencil down again, pop that into place onto the rest of the leaves. And for this one, I am going to be using the grass field. So this is going to add a darker colour to the other leaves that we have there. We also have some small little stems between the flowers for the little flower cluster. So I'm going to be adding the grass field to those as well. I'm then going to move on to the fourth stencil in the set, and this is going to colour that beautiful cluster that we have on the right hand side, so the smaller cluster. So for this one I am going to be using the Pinkalicious ink for the first base layer that we have on this one. Now this does have different shading than the one before. This is going to colour all of the petals and just add some really pretty details. I'm then just going to shift that stencil over, and I'm going to be using Razzleberry to add the second layer of colour to these flowers. Again, I'm just using my small blending tool just to push that ink through the spaces on the stencil. Once I've done that, I'm going to move the stencil around, and then we're going to add in the flower centers. So for the kind of center of the flower centers, I am going to be using the Sun Ray ink for that. I added the first two, and then I'm just going to shift that stencil over to add in the third one at the top. I'm just going to shift the stencil around a little bit again, and I'm going to be adding the smaller pieces of the flower center, so around the edges of the flower center. And for this one, I'm going to be using the chamomile ink. Again, doing those first two flowers, then shifting the stencil to add the color to that third flower there. Once that's done, I'm then going to move on to the leaves. Now these are on the fifth stencil in the stencil set, so I'm just going to pop those into place into the outline of the stamp, and I'm then going to be using the firefly ink to add the first layer to these beautiful leaves that we have here. As you can see, I am adding a darker kind of pigment to the base of the petals and kind of letting that kind of fade out towards the tips of the leaves. Once we've done with that one, I'm then just going to shift that stencil round. So I'm just going to rotate it and then pop that over the leaves that we've just inked through. Just add a little bit of tape just to keep that in place. And then for this second layer, I am going to be using the grass field ink for this one, just to add that darker shading and detail to these really pretty leaves that we have here. So once that's been done, then we have all of the layering complete. I just love how these flowers turned out. It's so quick and easy to do. We really do hope this video helps you, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye bye.